everybody. Sorry about that. She was right, though. I needed to do that, and I can't do it from inside the live. So we'll give everybody a minute to get back, and then we'll get going. Thank you, guys. Sorry about that. Hi. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Moose, can you go lay with Daddy? Go bug Daddy, okay? Not right now. Nope, 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 nope. Go. All right. Yes, if everyone doesn't mind, tap, please, and thank you. Mods, if another Nicholas account comes in, block him. I do not appreciate that somebody was harassed. We're finding out that they're that Respucia account, possibly. So, they are not welcome here. The fact that they did and said some things that I found out about within the last 10 minutes aren't okay. So, be respectful, no victim shaming. And we will give people like another minute. Yeah, we don't harass people and okay, Fire Queen, thank you. If I need you, I'll call out for you. Unfortunately, a lot, and it's not okay. All right, guys. I have both phones, so I can do both stuff. All right, you guys. Welcome, welcome. Sorry that I had to shut down, but it was really relevant to bring up if I had it on 18 plus. So definitely shout out for that question to Rachel. And I'm going to give people like another second or two to come in. If you are somebody who supports OMG It's Keto, you are more than welcome to be here. All I ask is that you have an open mind and you be willing to listen to the evidence and the information that is going to be disclosed here. We've covered OMG It's Keto before. It was kind of a hectic experience, and so I just want to make sure this is as seamless as possible. We are respectful in this live. If you have a question, please hold them till the end so you can make sure that everything is covered, because I will be going over sort of the first incident that sparked this entire discussion through today and then into what we can expect moving forward. If you don't know who OMG It's Keto is an individual who is, I mean, he has a healthy following on this app. I believe the last time I looked, he was nearing 400K. I don't know where he's at exactly right now. But Keto has a very, very likable personality when he wants to display this. He can be charming, he can be funny, he's not an idiot. He can be very smart. He also has a tendency to tell half of the truth and not the full truth. He does live in his van, so just a few kind of things right off the bat. Keto lives in his van, absolutely. He is homeless. However, Keto has admitted multiple times that he chooses to live in his van because he didn't want to give up his dogs. Nobody will let the dogs stay with them because the dogs are unfortunately aggressive. If you have noticed that he usually has Cookie, or before Moo got taken away, he would only have Moo or Cookie out usually. When he brought Cookie and Moo out together, they would both start fighting. And it was not pretty. He would have to keep them divided. Now, with the animals, Keto originally had 3 dogs. He had Felon and Cookie, and Felon and Cookie had a litter of puppies, and all of the puppies contracted parvo and Moo was the only puppy to survive. So he originally did, as of last summer, have 3 dogs. Now, Felon fell out of the mix when Cookie had puppies. Someone was letting Cookie stay at the house with the puppies, but nobody would let Felon come into their home or watch him. So Keto left Felon in his van on a very hot day, and Felon did not make it. So Felon passed away in the car. It's really important to emphasize that because everybody loves to say that Keto loves his animals. But he chooses to live in this van because he doesn't want to give the dogs up. But he doesn't always have the resources to take care of the dogs. And so at some point, you have to ask, when is that an excuse? And when is it hindering the actual livelihood of the dogs? In my opinion, I do believe that the dogs are used as a tool to get money. Recently, Keto has been telling individuals that if you give him money, he's going to get Moo back. Moo was taken. Moo was listed on the Humane Society website, and Moo has been adopted out. He is not going to get Moo back. He has been making thinly veiled threats towards the person who adopted Moo. And I think that it's very telling that he has been telling his audience lately that he wants to adopt a male and a female puppy so that he can breed them. The last thing he needs right now is more dogs. And when I say that, I say this because if you are unaware, Keto is facing 150 days in jail as of right now. Okay? He has been fixing up his van. You've noticed recently it's been a very rapid process, it feels like. And my gut feeling is telling me that it's because he was parked in an abandoned parking lot, and by keeping the van parked there, it would more than likely get towed. If he can have the van fixed, and if he does have to go to jail, he can move it to a location where it likely won't get towed. He's mentioned his grandmother's house before, or his mom's house. He does have family. And I will say, unfortunately, one of his siblings was unalived last year in a police... I believe it was security guards who unfortunately had pew-pews, and he didn't make it. So from everything I've been able to find in the Reddit thread about Keto, he's always had issues. But I do think it feels that maybe that incident exacerbated some things because he started to get really out of hand. Now, we're not going to focus on all of Keto's arrest record. Every case that I've been able to find has been disposed, kind of passed over, except for one. And the victim is 100% committed to seeing it out. So what I'm going to do, if you haven't noticed, he is charged with assault inflicting serious injury. Now, it's important to understand that, and this is from the arrest warrant, because a lot of people said there was never any proof that he wasn't arrested, that he was let go. So this right here, this is from the official arrest record. I'm not going to tell you how to look it up because I would have to dox him to do that. But I can tell you right here, official charge, assault inflicting serious injury. Okay? It is public info, but I'm not going to dox. I'm not going to give the county name or anything. Yeah, he also does have past assault charges. So this is not his first go around, but it is the first time it feels the victim is attempting to move forward with things. Before we get started with that, I do have 3 videos because I know at some point there's always somebody who says, thank you, Rivka, that Keto did not unalive Felon by leaving him in a hot car. So I'm going to play the 3 videos because there are 3 different instances, not just 1, 3, where he admits to how the dog passed away.
But I'll explain more tomorrow. I'm finna get off this live. I'll explain more about him tomorrow. I just feel so hurt because I lied. I lied. And that's why I have his daughter. Because I feel so guilty. I feel guilty. For leaving him in my fucking car. It's all good though. I'm gonna text y'all. I'm not gonna text y'all. I don't text TikTok. But I'm gonna get on here tomorrow. All right. I'm not gonna not get on here tomorrow. I'm gonna get on here tomorrow, bro. But I'm gonna talk more about the situation. But yeah, I didn't get Felon away. And I gotta let a lot of people know that, because a lot of people still think I gave him away. I lied about that. I'm sorry. And it's just I can't keep continuing to lie about that just to keep my dog. I don't want the police to take my dogs away. And I don't want nobody to make calls and phone calls and tell people that I'm not taking care of my dogs and then they take my dogs away while I'm at work and shit. Like, I want my dogs. So it's just, that's why I didn't tell nobody, because people would automatically think I'm not able to do it with Moo Moo. You feel me? Like, I love Moo Moo. I don't want that to happen to her. I don't want that to happen to Cookie. So I got them. Like, I got them. You feel me? Like, oh no. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Okay. Now, I want to emphasize that why he was apologizing was because he had initially told everybody that Felon was given away and that he no longer had Felon, but Felon was alive. Felon, unfortunately, passed away in a hot car because he was working and he had nowhere to take Felon, and nobody would let Felon come into the house because unfortunately his dogs are very aggressive. My hope is that whoever adopted Moo Moo out, she's able to integrate well into the home and that she kind of is able to pull away from that, because she is still relatively young. She's not even a year old, I believe. Or if she's a year old, it's like just at a year old. So that's important to remember. Now, this is the second video where Keto speaks about Felon. So we'll go ahead.
The police. So look, bro, don't let nobody tell y'all that I gotta go to jail. I got a good relationship with the officers that do help me out here. Because they could have really gave me some tickets when I was driving a car that don't have license plate. You feel me? So it's like, bro, just make stuff make sense, bro. Like, we'll deal with all of what you hear later on. But look, bro. So look, neither one's did Felon or Cookie, bro. Because where was I with my story? So, like, I'm literally the family who gave me Felon. The dog that died. This is the dog that passed away, bro. I was like, honestly, bro, me personally, I was like, why are they giving me the dog, or why are they asking me to take him anywhere? I'm homeless. I don't really have space for him. I don't know why they asked me, but I did, bro. And I took him down to the homeless place. Well, not the homeless place, but the pet shelter. And, bro, they said they was going to kill him, bro. So I took him, bro, away from that. And, bro, I was not expecting him to die in my car, bro. I did not expect him to do that in my car. Why didn't Cookie pass away in my car? It just didn't make sense. Stuff didn't make sense to me, bro. Nothing ever really made sense to me, bro. Tammy, thank you for the finger heart. But literally, so I take the dog, bro. It's around like August, November.
I'm not going to play the rest. He kind of talks about how the person goes to prison. He takes felon. He had wanted felon for a really long time. They wouldn't give him felon. And then that person ended up going to prison. They gave him felon when they were doing that. And then he left felon in a hot car because no one would watch felon. And felon passed away. Third time. This is with the 12-year-old boy that he met outside of an Arby's, like behind the Arby's at 10:30 at night.
Felon.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ain't talking about like go to jail. I'm talking about like it's a dog. I had a dog named Felon.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ain't talking about like go to jail, Felon. But I know what you mean, bro. Trust me. But I had a dog. He died.
Come on, right now. He got angry faces. How'd he die then?
I left him in my car. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was at work, bro, and it was cold during the day, and it got real hot in the afternoon, bro. My car was up.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I was staying with some people, and the people didn't want me to they said I can keep Cookie in the house. You know, I got another dog, I don't think you really, know him. But they said I can keep my dog Cookie in the house, and then my dog Felon died after I put him, I don't know, but they just didn't want both my dogs in the house, so I had to keep one outside.
How many dogs do you have now?
2.
Once you get done here, you want to get done soon?
Okay. So those are the 3 videos that I have on record. There's an OMG It's Keto. It's literally OMG It's Keto Reddit thread where those videos live. So I pulled all 3 of them so that we could listen because I didn't want people to say there wasn't any proof of that. Okay. All right. Now, if you're wondering why we're here, it's twofold, okay? Number 1, because he has been talking about wanting to get Moo back. When it comes to Moo was 100% listed on the site. Now, he posted this on Facebook. Found her. Please do not adopt her. I will reunite with her soon. Her name is Moo. If you get her before I do, please take care of her, but I do not wish for her to go with any other family. Her dad passed a while back along with her brother and sisters. Now, the puppies, Moo was in a litter. The puppies all passed away from parvo except for Moo. She was the only surviving pup. I have the mother and she misses her. She doesn't. Cookie was so aggressive with Moo. Please don't take that away from me and Cookie. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that I don't know if, I'm assuming there was a hold put on her and he didn't go and get her in enough time. So, making sure. That's Moo right there, okay? That was the post he made on Facebook. So Moo was listed. She was adopted. Yeah, parvo. And actually on a live recently, he told people that he needed Moo back because Moo survived parvo and had the blood to cure it. So I don't know where that came from, but that was a statement that came out of his mouth. Now, why are we here? There is an incident on 1/16 of 2024 that occurred where Keto is accused of letting his fist meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times. Thank you. At this point, allegations. Keto was The arrest warrant was submitted on the 18th. He was arrested the 19th and released the 20th. And he has been adamant in that he did not do this, that he is innocent, all of this stuff. However, there is evidence to suggest, including what we know from the individual who was sent to the hospital because his fist met her face so many times, she was given a severe concussion. That's the allegation. This occurred in January of 2024. He was arrested and released by the 20th. And the date's important because there's a couple things that we're going to get into. Now, I blurted out, this is the individual. Her photos were posted on Reddit with a warning to be aware of the type of person he was. I have videos we will watch on why this incident is alleged to have occurred. But what I will tell you is that per the victim and her cousin, she did not know who Keto was until, like, she knew him, but she didn't know him. His dogs had attacked her dogs several times in the past. However, she didn't know his name. When the cops had showed up, she kind of was like playing it low, not saying much of anything. She thought, okay, we're not going to have an issue. Well, on January 16th, she went to her neighbor's house and knocked on the door because Keto was present at the place. And Keto had a problem of leaving his dogs outside. Now, she wanted to walk her little dog. She asked him to hold his dogs for 5 minutes. He started getting upset. She called for the neighbor that he was visiting. When she called for the neighbor, this is when he began wailing on her. Okay. What she alleges is, and per the police report, which I have, 25 to 30 times, she was given a severe concussion. There's obviously an injury right here. I have a video of Keto fleeing the scene, proof that he lets his dogs roam around and leaves them in the van, which had like issues with the windows, and a video of her walking onto her front steps 4 minutes after Keto fled with the injuries on her face. Okay? It's all in the Reddit thread. Now, what has happened since this incident? January 16th was the incident. February 16th, he went to court. He pled not guilty, was given a public defender. Around April 16th, I can't remember the exact date, he went back to court. She was not there. She had been given a cruise for her birthday, but she did not have to be there, okay? She was not there, but he was. They basically decided that there will be a hearing in June. So, really quickly, I'm going to put up another image. This is the original arrest warrant. On or about the date of offense shown and in the county named above, the defendant unlawfully and willfully did assault and strike, her name's redacted, by striking the victim around the face with a closed fist multiple times, thereby inflicting serious injury, busted lips, and cuts inside her mouth, bruising to the face and right eye, and a severe concussion. Okay? Now, I want to emphasize, she didn't really know him. She didn't really know him. She just wanted him to hold his dogs. Okay? Having said that, let me pull up a few things. I'm eardropping the
I'm talking about like it's a dog.
really quickly to my phone because my Google Drive isn't up. Give me just a second here. It's easier to show you guys on my iPad. Oh, is it only doing one at a time? Okay. Okay, so essentially I'm going to have to do this one at a time. Dang it. Okay. Keto scenes, dog car. Okay. Now, first video. Why did my iPad go off? Come on. Let me get it reconnected. There we go. All right. First video. This is just kind of proof that he leaves the dogs out in his car. And that the window right here had some issues. Okay. So even when they were in the car, there was an issue because they could get out. Again, video of the dogs getting out of the car and walking around so that you can see kind of what he's wearing also. Okay, that's important. So there's the dogs. Next video. We will watch it, and then we will do a little bit of a slow-mo. Okay? So the same clothes that were worn before, and for anyone who's about to say it, how do you know it's Keto? You can't prove it's him. Keto has a very distinctive fashion sense. He wears the bandana and his hair comes up. It's also the same exact clothing that he was wearing when he was walking into the home. Now, there is a video posted on the OMG It's Keto Reddit thread. I am not going to show it because it's a little too graphic, but it is the individual walking up to her door and showing the facial injury 4 minutes after he fled the scene. The next thing, there was a video posted. So the incident occurred on 1/16 of 2024. And on 1/24, Keto had posted this video where it's important to pay attention to his knuckle. Because right there, you can already start to see there's an injury. And it's very clearly blurred out. So, that's the evidence that has been presented. Margot, stop. That's the evidence that has been presented. That is not one of the dogs biting him. That is his fist allegedly, potentially meeting a woman's face 25 to 30 times. If it was one of the dogs, there would have been a video about the dog biting him. Because they do have a history of biting, and he does talk about it. But also, I'm not ignorant, and I've been talking about this case for about 3 months on and off. So, let's go ahead. Hi, Batgirl. I hope you're having a good night, scammer. Go, live in your house that your sister-in-law paid for that you need $400 to get your groceries. And I hope that you got your work shoes that you tried to scam money out of people in here for. All right. Now, after Keto was called out, for those of you who are like, how do you know? Keto's got a problem with being aggressive. Let's just go ahead and say that. Now, Keto was told that he was going to be trespassed from the McDonald's. He didn't like that, okay? So, in February, Keto goes live and forgets that he's live, evidently.
Work. You supposed to be working. Supposed to be you bro, work. You supposed to be working. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, bro. You getting recorded. Watch your mouth. Call me no nigga.
Now, I am going to point out really quickly while it's playing through this, she was a black woman.
Now, she ain't really had to say that, bro. You ain't really had to say that. Now I'm not going. Now I'm not leaving. Because I ain't really... Watch your mouth, bro. Watch your mouth.
Oh, wait.
Watch your mouth.
Oh, wait.
Why you hit my phone, bro?
Why the fuck you got that shit in my face, bro?
Why you hit my phone?
Bro, get that shit on my face.
Stop touching me, bro.
Get that shit
Touch
up.
me again. Bro, get off.
He is out of control. And for anyone who's going to say that's on her, he was told to leave. He said, I'm not leaving, I'm not going, and then attempted to shove a phone in her face while aggressively approaching her.
Me, bro. Get that shit. Touch me again. Bro, get off me, bro. Get your hands off.
So that's part one. Part two coming to the iPad.
You getting recorded. What the fuck? Call the cops.
We already did.
She got fired from her job
Come on, bro. Fire her.
after he doxed her full name and workplace on live for anyone who wanted to come take care of it, in his own words.
Come on, bro. She kept grabbing my phone. Why can't I record? She started swinging, bro. She threw all this shit on me, bro. I'm not walking away. Call the police. I'm not walking away from this shit.
General Lewinsky, you're lying, and I will tell you right here, right now, I was a part of watching that live. You have no idea what happened very clearly, and you are not spreading the facts. Now, would you like to see the video again of him fleeing the scene after his fist allegedly met a woman's face 25 to 30 times? This is not the space to victim blame, sweetheart. He was told to leave. In a court of law, he would not have won. Do you think there's a reason why he might, maybe, sort of, kind of, have not filed a police report after he swore to everybody on his live 5 million times that he was going to file a police report and told people on his live, I quote, if the police do not take care of her, if the police do not take care of it, I will pay somebody to do it for me. And then proceeded to give her full name and say, here's the McDonald's she works at. It's on this street. But he was the one that got harassed, right? She got fired from her job, by the way. Sit there and blame her. He approached her. In a court of law, he had every opportunity to flee that scene. He was the aggressor. He approached. He tried to shove his phone in her face and he FAFO'd. Yeah, make sure I got it right. All right. I don't deal with that stuff. We've been through this enough. I'm not going to All right. So, on a video Keto posted, he didn't give much information, but he did admit to facing 150 days in jail, depending on if he is sentenced or found guilty and sentenced on the allegations of letting his fist meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times. It was so bad that I would like to know how somebody fakes a severe concussion that she ended up in the hospital with. Now, people loved to argue for Keto in the beginning and say that she approached him, she did this, they tried to make up a lot of lies. Unfortunately, he didn't have a money bond. And I don't know why. When we were told everything, or when we talked about everything, there were people from where he is that said their court system is really out of touch with reality. And that's all I can say. It angers me that he did not have an actually financial bond. He was able to walk out, and with his previous assault charges that were dropped, he was never found guilty on any of them. They were dropped. It just amazes me that you can kind of have that record and still be able to walk out like everything is all hunky-dory. Now, there were a lot of people in the beginning who wanted to know why I'm doing this. I will tell you right here, right now, it's for the reason that I am doing this again, and why 3 months later I am revisiting this topic. It's because there are a lot of young women, I'm talking 18 to 21, who love to tell Keto that they will pay for him to fly out and live with him. There are teenage girls that follow him that are in love with him. And a lot of them show up in my comments on the videos where I call him out, defending him, telling me there's no proof that he wouldn't do this, he loves his dogs, blah, blah, blah. Even when there's evidence to suggest otherwise. So I don't care if I have 5 people in this room. If one of those girls can wake up and recognize that you can't trust everybody you meet on the internet just because of what they present to you on camera, someone is safer. Because allegedly, and he's going to court. Hold on. I'll show you the hearing. Not the full hearing information, but 7/10 of 2024, he has a hearing for allegedly letting his fist meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know this? Okay, first of all, Keto was on a live. I just want to point this out. This man was on a live and he said, here's my full name, Google me, you'll find out I'm legit. This is the first effing thing that came up, was the mugshots and shit for this. Like, what? But anyways, I digress. Essentially, he caused injury, busted lips and cuts inside her mouth, bruising to the face and right eye, and a severe concussion, allegedly. For letting his fist allegedly meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times because she asked him to hold his aggressive dogs for 5 minutes so she could walk her miniature dog. His dogs had been aggressive with her dogs in the past. If you're coming in and you did not hear earlier, I will tell you, If you are a defender of ketos and your number one argument is going to be he loves his dogs, he has admitted fully that he only lives in his van because no one will let his dogs live anywhere with him. Now, Keto had 3 dogs. Technically, he had more. 2 originally, Cookie and Moo Moo, or Cookie and Felon. Cookie and Felon had puppies. Moo Moo is the only surviving puppy from the litter because they all contracted parvo and passed away. Felon, Cookie, Moo Moo. Now we know he just lost Moo Moo, and Moo Moo was adopted by the shelter. So Moo Moo was adopted out. He no longer has Moo Moo, despite him saying if you send him money, he will adopt Moo Moo back. He can't. Moo Moo's gone. Cookie, he's still got Cookie. Cookie is very aggressive. Cookie has a bite history. Cookie was pew-pewed by the police in the back, towards the back of her leg, because she got aggressive. Enough so that they felt they had to use that force. All right? Felon. When Cookie had puppies, Cookie, Moo Moo, and the puppies were at somebody's house. He had a friend that let him live there. Felon. Nobody wanted Felon around. Nobody wanted Felon around. Now here's the thing with Felon. Since he didn't have anywhere to take Felon, he left Felon in the hot car. Now he says it was cooler that morning and then it warmed up in the afternoon, and when he came back, essentially Felon had passed away. And he doesn't understand how that could happen because he left Cookie in a hot car before and she didn't unalive. So if you're going to come at me with the argument that he loves his dogs, that's not love. Because sometimes when you can't take care of yourself, let alone find a space for your dog to safely cohabitate at until you're off work, and then sit there and pretend he lied about it. He told people he gave Felon away. There are 3 videos I have. He admits consistently, I left him in a hot car and he passed away. Because he had nowhere else to go. Nobody wanted him around. Because his dogs are aggressive. If you have seen Keto before Moo Moo got taken and adopted out, he would typically bring Cookie out and leave Moo Moo in the van. Very rarely did we see Moo Moo. And when we saw Moo Moo, it was usually Moo Moo out and Cookie left in the van. The problem is he started bringing them both out because people were questioning it, to the point to where they thought Moo Moo might have passed away or something along those lines. He started bringing them both out together, and there were several incidences where he had to pause his live because the dogs started going after each other. Moo Moo would have to be held, like Moo Moo would be chained up, leashed up to a tree, and Cookie was allowed to free range. That's not love. Not to mention, where are those dogs going when he's at work during the day? Because he does have a job. At least he did when we first started covering this. I believe he still has the job. Now, we have never really touched on this part. He still has, Cookie, he does not have Moo Moo, by the way. He lost his job. Okay, that makes sense. He's lost jobs in the past before, too, and the allegations are that he got aggressive with people for no reason. He's also admitted that he lies on his resume and says that he graduated high school, but that he did not. Per his own words, I have not looked into this. This is just what he has said. He one time admitted to entire life that he essentially didn't graduate high school, and sometimes he'll put no, I didn't on the resume, and sometimes he'll say absolutely I did. I think Zaxby's, he had said when he was working there, he had said that he told them he had. So, yeah, it's really hard to believe much of what he says. I will tell you that when keto was spiraling, he tried so many different ways to keep people in his life. And one of the ways he did it was he would have people guess a number, 1 through 200. And the first person to guess the number, come up in his box and guess it, he would gift a lion. After people had donated to him thinking he needed the money because he was homeless. Now, keto will say he never asks for gifts. He never tells people he needs money. He doesn't. Everybody does that of their own free will. I've never called this out before, but I absolutely 100% have the understanding that he dry bags. I've watched him. We've all watched him dry bag. He will play up the dogs. He will play up his homelessness. He will play up the fact that he lives in a van that was broken down until recently. And the gifts just kind of flooded in. Right around the time the McDonald's incident happened, keto stopped showing up on live as much. He did go live. Ward of State and I had a conversation with him on live one night. He was disrespectful to Ward. If you don't know who Ward is, he fully admits he was in jail for DV. He now has like government clearance. He works with at-risk children, that type of stuff. And he was very empathetic towards keto. He wanted to help keto overcome the system, because what Ward would say is that the system wants you to fail. It wants you to be that black man that's coming in and just cycling through every time. They're not going to help you get out of this. So he wanted to connect him with resources. He was trying to get keto to Ward is the picture of overcoming. He was really trying hard to work with keto. Keto's response was that he was a pedo and that he loved little boys. While keto was hanging out with a 12-year-old boy that he met behind the Arby's in the middle of the night one night, and the next morning was hanging out at McDonald's with and got $300+ for on Cash App. Yeah. I think that lasted about a week, and everybody basically laid into him about how weird it was and how that family was using him for money, and he dumped the kid. Because we all knew it was going to happen. He was trying to use it for like empathy and gain. But this kid approached him in the middle of the night behind the Arby's. Behind the fucking Arby's. I'm sorry. That is really honestly like the funniest part of this entire story, is that this 24-year-old man befriended a 12-year-old child behind the Arby's in the middle of the night and made him $300 at least that we know of on Cash App the next morning. And from what we know, his parents were going to lose their apartment, and they managed to get enough money to pay up and not get evicted. That little boy thought the world of him. Like, he was their saving grace in a lot of ways. I will say people did find it odd that his parents were so relaxed with the entire situation. They did tell keto they felt that he... they did... They quit hanging out. Essentially, it was twofold. He wasn't getting the sympathy he wanted from people. because he thought, I think it would make him look good. And then also he was getting a lot of backlash for hanging out with a 12-year-old child he met behind the Arby's in the middle of the night. So what'd Panda do? Are they the one that pinned the... Listen, at whose GoFundMe is Anthony? It was me. I want to hear who Anthony's looked at and found 3 to 4 GoFundMe's at real quick. Hold on here. Yeah, Brian, we talked about how he was talking about wanting to adopt. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were going to say someone else. I was like, wait, don't tell me. I was like, we don't know her name. Okay, I'll be back going to Arby's. Arby's does sound kind of good, I'm not going to lie. But just the fries with cheese sauce. You can tag him all you want. Keto knows where I stand. Keto's been on live with me, Wavy J. And Keto self-destructed when all of the stuff came out the first time around, sweetheart. The reason I'm here is because of the 18 to 20-year-old women who want to pay to fly him out so that he can live with them. The teenage girls under 18. That love and idolize him. Thank you, Scotty. Keto is a very charming individual. You can't deny him that. But he's really good at hiding the part of him that gets really angry. And that part came out in spades after he got called out for being arrested. Allegedly, he has court in July for giving a woman with his closed fist 25 to 30 times, meeting her face, busted lips and cuts inside her mouth, bruising to the face and right eye, and I would love to know how to fake a severe concussion. Not to mention the fact that he left his dog in a hot car and the dog did not make it. But he lives in the car because he loves his dog so much he doesn't want to give him away. Caroline, if you know a narcissist, you could see through him, but he's really charming with the girls, young girls especially. For dog food, I never knew about any of this. Can you please show the... which video, Slippy, would you like to see, like, one of the hear one of the videos where he admits to leaving Felon in a hot car? I'll just go ahead and play one right now.
That's the police right there, y'all. The police. So look, bro, don't let nobody tell y'all that I gotta go to jail. I got a good relationship with the officers that do help me out here. Because they could have really gave me some tickets when I was driving a car that don't have license plate. You feel me? So it's like, bro, just make stuff make sense, bro. Like, we'll deal with all of what you hear later on. But look, bro. So look, neither one's did Felon or Cookie, bro. Because where was I with my story? So, like, I'm literally the family who gave me Felon. The dog that died. This is the dog that passed away, bro. I was like, honestly, bro, me personally, I was like, why are they giving me a dog, or why are they asking me to take him anywhere? I'm homeless. I don't really have space for him. I don't know why they asked me, but I did, bro. And I took him down to the homeless place. Well, not the homeless place, but the pet shelter. And, bro, they said they was going to kill him, bro. So I took him, bro, away from that. And, bro, I was not expecting him to die in my car, bro. I did not expect him to do that in my car. Why didn't Cookie pass away in my car? It just didn't make sense. Stuff didn't make sense to me, bro. Nothing ever really made sense to me, bro. Tammy, thank you for the finger heart. But literally, so I take the dog, bro. It's around like August, November, going into...
Okay. So Fallon. And then the video of him fleeing the scene, I'm going to pull up on my iPad. So give me 1 second. I will say there's a Reddit thread called OMG It's Keto. I am not going to play the video of the home surveillance that is 4 minutes after the video I'm about to show you. You can go in, you can go back, scroll back a few months. But the date timestamps are on there. This is January 16th at 10:52 p.m. There's a video 4 minutes later of the victim walking onto her front, like the front of her house with the Ring camera, where you can clearly see the injury. However, what I will do is I will put the blurred up picture. This is one of the pictures that was posted on Reddit. Okay. So this is Keto fleeing. And for anyone that asks, how do you know that's Keto? Number one, there's a video on that thread of him wearing the same exact clothing. However, I took a screenshot. Keto wears his hair up. Well, he used to. He doesn't much anymore that I've seen. He wears that. He would wear that bandana and his hair would be like on top his head. That's the person as they're fleeing. Now, all this girl wanted, allegedly, was for him to hold his dogs for 5 minutes because they have aggressive tendencies. And she wanted to walk her dog for 5 minutes so it could go to the bathroom. The lady did not know him. She knew of him. She did not know his name until after this occurred, when the next door neighbor was essentially, like, she gave him up to the police. That lady, I have since found out, went on a podcast, or went on a live with Keto, letting her, what sounded like less than 10 years old child, call me a fat and talk about how, like, I don't know the situation because I wasn't there. So I guess she's, like, good with Keto now, but she did originally ID him. She was how they knew who he was. And essentially, he was not being super productive in talking to this girl when she was trying to get him to hold his dogs. She called for the neighbor because the neighbor was inside. And before the neighbor could get out there, Keto basically just started wailing, allegedly. And allegations per the arrest record are 25 to 30 times with a closed fist, causing so much damage that she had a severe concussion she had to go to the hospital for. He has court on July 10th of 2024. He was arrested on the 18th of January, I believe it was. He had court on the 16th of February. where he pled not guilty and was awarded a public defender. He went back around April 16th, where it was determined there would be the hearing on July 10th of 2024. So we still have about 2 months, a little bit less than that now, until we figure things out in terms of where this is going from here. I will say that the victim did not show up in April because she was gifted a cruise for her birthday, but she did not have to be in court that day. It was basically some kind of legal type stuff on Keto's end, if he wanted to proceed with a trial, all that kind of stuff. She has confirmed she is 100% still committed to seeing this through. It wasn't that she was like scared or anything like that. She had been gifted a cruise. It just fell on that day. And so she was given that excuse from the court, and she has to be there the 10th. Again, it is allegations. He has not been proven guilty, but there is enough evidence that has been presented, including him saying he's facing 150 days in jail if convicted, and his behaviors and the behavioral patterns he demonstrated after getting called out for this. And so I wanted to bring this to people's attention and just kind of remind people, because there have been individuals on my main account, because this is my backup. I can't go live on my main until the 22nd. There have been people leaving comments on my videos where we discussed keto, basically saying I'm lying, he wasn't charged, he is a good person, he loves his dogs. But there's so much history, and the individuals typically tend to be 18 to 21, and I still see him in his chat saying, I wish I could fly you out here to live with me, or I'd love to, like, I live in the area, you could come live with me type situation. Post it. Okay, I'll play it. But the problem is, he even has young, he also has teenagers following him who will go hard, like 10 toes deep for him. Amanda, is it my main? I'm not sure why you were blocked. I know that if anyone in here was a keto defender and you are no longer on that side, I've been trying to go back through my list and delete people from that time. But when we first originally talked about keto and discussed everything, we didn't get to have a serious discussion the first 3 nights, because so many people came in making victimizing comments. They very heavily shamed the victim. They excuse under the sun on why he's innocent and spread lies in the chat. So a lot of people got blocked at that time because every night was nonstop. It was so bad. Okay. Let's play his song.
exactly. No. I know exactly what's gonna cause people to say hell no. And then I know exactly what's gonna cause people to say hell yeah. So it's like, should I go just a route just because it's gonna say for some? I know for some people it's like I don't know. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but it's just I know what's causing it. You said it sound like X. Shit, I haven't even showed you I'm not showing none of the best parts to these songs, bro. I can't even really tell you what I'm doing either with the songs. You just have to figure it out once everything is kind of done. So one might get, I might really.
Someone in the comments said, "Send me that. I'm gonna play it at church."
Do something tonight, though. Who is that? Kept telling me I should go home. She kept telling me I should go home. But she the ice queen, she got me froze. She the ice queen, she got me froze. Baby, I'm shitty, baby, I'ma dog you on my girl. We always sketchy. I'm not supposed to be your girl, you know you can't get me. I'm not your little bitch. She talked to me long, and he got smarter than God. Look at my finger, look at my wrist. I might have to slip. You know that it's a dog. If you ever try to leave, you with a big shit. Do you want to kiss? I just want to feel alone. And I only say I'd rather have a big.
Why does he have so many layers of vocals? I like it's so hard to hear what he's saying. Oh my gosh. Yeah, ooh, he's going straight to the top, isn't he? Straight to the top of the trash. I'm just kidding. I just had to say it. That was not good, though. That was really, really hard to hear. Yeah, I need to listen to it a few more times and process it, because I know I have some thoughts. 50 Cent, I would say more like P. Diddy. Sorry, I had to go there. Sorry. I'll see myself out now. Oh, 25 cents. Oh, OMG Kiddler. OMG the Diddler. Oh my god. Don't talk about the Diddler like that, Panda. Thank you, Rivka. Really quickly, the OMG It's Keto Reddit thread, it's literally called OMG It's Keto. I did notice that the creator did put a post up, and I do want to emphasize that thread is literally like a historical document for the last few years. It started out, is my understanding, it started out because people were so concerned about the dogs. They were trying to see how they could be helped and saved. And along the way, his behavioral patterns and everything like that have been cataloged. If you don't know, Keto had a girlfriend named Macy. Macy did pass away of an overdose. And she was found unalived in his car. She had several allegations where she said that Keto was not kind to her. There's a lot with Macy. And I do know they removed a lot of that out of respect for her and her family. So you may not find a lot of information, but on Macy. There are some videos you can search and see him and Macy together. It was not a healthy relationship from everything I've seen. He was so rude to her, yes. And Macy's family is very distraught. I've read some stuff where the family themselves have accused him of being abusive towards her. He was very controlling, and Macy was actually older than him by about 10 years, I believe. Her Jeep. Okay, sorry. Her Jeep. I could have swore it was his, was originally referenced, but... Yeah, so there have been, there's never been, like, full confirmation of rugs with him that I've seen. However, what I will say is that there have been lives where he's very clearly out of character. And he looks like he's baked. He has said before, actually, hasn't he? Wasn't he going to a shop to get his smoke stuff or something one time? I don't know. Yeah, make sure you drink your water like Margot, everybody. But yeah, that's it. No, he did not pass away. Macy passed away, which was his girlfriend. Herb on Live. Yeah, he was going to get some herb on Live. Yeah. Green is what yeah, I figure. I'm just gonna ask what that. Yeah, Margot just, helps herself to water, whatever. Do not be ashamed, Jackson Harris. I will tell you, the first time I discussed this, I covered him for about a month, 3 months ago. I don't know how I still have mods from that time period. It was so bad. There were just a lot of people who didn't want to believe it, a lot of people who made excuses for him, and a lot of people who over time came and were like, I'm really sorry for what I said about you. I owe you an apology. It is what it is. He's very good at making a lot of people feel bad for him. Especially, it seems like there's two demographics that really, really fall for keto. It's the younger girls, 21 and under, including teenagers, and older women who I would say are 40 and up. Not everybody, but I did have a lot of grown women, like older women, coming at me and being really negative. However, we will, once he goes to court in July, we'll talk about it. He's 24 years old. Yeah, they got really aggressive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is the only time we had to block so many people that we met the cap on the block list. And it was because people were so upset, they would create like 5 accounts and come back in and keep trying to like push it. And so, yeah. I've been going through and deleting a lot of those on my main. This is my backup for anybody who's new. Make sure you follow Running on ADHD because that is my main account. I just can't go live there for a couple more days. Thank you, beep beep. But I have a playlist on my main page called OMG It's Keto. You can go through some of the videos. The arrest warrant is posted, things like that. I highly recommend the OMG It's Keto Reddit thread. And just, even if you're on the fence or you defend him, go back and just look at things from an objective, like, just look at them, okay? Because there's videos, there is the video of his fist within a week having a cut right here, where it looks like it's been patched up and probably stitches there. And yeah, So that's actually it on keto, unless there's any questions. Does anybody have any questions? Let me plug in my phone real quick too. Where'd the charger go? Thank you, Mama. Thank you. He is going to court for allegedly letting his fist meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times. And giving her such a severe, that she ended up in the hospital with a concussion, severe concussion. I believe what happened is probably the Humane Society took Moo Moo. They were constantly called to check on those animals, and I think they probably found her in a situation where it was right to remove her. My guess is he had Moo Moo in the van or tied up to the van, and he was probably walking Cookie because he favors Cookie. She was put into the system, and she was adopted out. Sassy Bee, I'm just going to tell you right here, right now, I don't slander anybody. I bring awareness. And if you think you are going to threaten me into silence by telling me not to discuss Risa, I will take a second right here, right now, to tell you that that woman has had 2 years to get her life in order. And the fact that she sits on here and all she can talk about is everything she needs money for, she's dry begging. So watch me. Anyways, Cookie went to the pound first and they came back for Moo Moo. Yes, so Cookie was there because of a bite. She was on a 10-day hold. How can people sympathize with a person when they have facts? It's honestly bias. When you like somebody, you don't want to believe they're a bad person. It's the same reason that we have people who say, but they couldn't possibly do that when somebody is accused of DV. Because we don't want to believe that person is bad. Has he ever mentioned why? Okay, so allegedly, he chooses to live in the van because of the dogs. Nobody wants the dogs around because they are so aggressive. That's essentially what he has always said. That's why Felon got left in a hot car, because Cookie had puppies, so someone was willing to take Cookie in for the day, but they refused to let Felon stay. Thank you. They will go to severe lengths when they need money, especially. Yes, this and the photos unblurred are posted on Reddit. They were posted back in January, right around the 20th, and maybe the 18th. She might have posted them when the arrest warrant was issued. I can't remember the exact date. Yeah, he started off sleeping behind the dumpster with Cookie because his mom kicked him out. Yeah, I don't really know the full story with his family. I don't really know why there's not that much support. He's just, I have what he's given, which is no one will let the dogs come live with them. They're good. And that's the thing with scammers. They're really good at making you feel that nothing they say or do could be bad. And that's why I understand, like, the first day I covered this, I understood why people were so mad, because you're coming here and you're saying someone that people love is essentially not that great of a person behind the door or behind the camera. And people who scam are the same way. And Keto, I do think, is a dry beggar. I think he's survived for so long, making a lot of money. I don't know how he doesn't have it saved up. I don't know if he has it saved up. I don't know what's going on there. But I would tell you that kid's gotten like 2 or 3 cars out of people. The van's not his first. donation. Cheryl Taylor, I actually think I remember your photo from round 1. I'm pretty sure I just unblocked you the other day on my main account. Yeah, it's, well, and I think it's interesting he doesn't go live as much anymore. Because I think his public defender probably told him he needed to stop because he was basically creating more evidence for the case against him. Sorry, I accidentally closed out. He had 3 cars gifted. That's what I thought. I just didn't want to be wrong. So he lost his job, Liz. He no longer works at Zaxby's, is my understanding. I am not going to give his location. We don't dox. That is partly why I think he got started on fixing his van, because he basically got banned from every place in that complex he was at. McDonald's, no, you're okay. McDonald's was pretty much one of the last places he had back in February. And once he effed around and found out with that woman behind the counter, he had nowhere to go, pretty much. There were only a couple places I think he had left where he wasn't trespassed. I don't, not that, like, anyone has said, no, not Macy's unaliving. There's never been anything presented to, like, prove that in what I've seen. Yeah, Andy says he can't get a job because of his background. It's insane. Give me a second here, guys. I'm going to move. Well, actually, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the live for a second, and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys? And we will kind of move on from keto. But thank you guys for joining. I'm going to change into my jammies. It's late at night, and then I'll be back. Okay? I'll see you guys just a second.